Record. It's official Red Eye Report record.
Yep.
I just want. Oh, okay, I'll use it all in the intro. Use it all in the intro. It's cool. It's cool. The intro I didn't write, but y'all motherfuckers help me out with this.
He's coming, dude. He's coming. Just wait a
minute. These motherfuckers. I mean, yeah.
I need a fuck what you think, Teddy. Give me a fuck what you think.
Cool. On this episode of the Red Eye Report, we talk about the Seminole Indians.
Black people. That's what.
Wow. Wait on ashtrays, late ass. And as usual, we watch these white motherfuckers do whatever the fuck they want to. A person's ashtray coming in late with the headlamp. Jesus, coming in bright, bro.
Whoa, what do you got on? Stop that.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
I was working. I was fixing my dryer down. I'm sorry. I was fixing my dryer in the basement.
Yeah, right. Bullshit. We had a bed going.
You passed out. Woke up, drooling on yourself, and you're like, I gotta come up with something real quick.
Really?
Quick alcoholic thinking. You fucking
that was
on that light. You're like,
no, serious. Right here. Right here.
My dryer.
Dryer. Thermal fuse, motherfucker.
Dude, anybody can have a plastic bag sit on the fucking computer desk and say it's a thermal fuse for a goddamn.
It's printed on the bag, motherfucker.
Whatever. Anyway, next up is Oracle. Oracle, as you see, is still coming to us from Community Center.
Right.
That's about all I got on Oracle. Up next is, and then we got Mistic. Yeah. And then we got Mistic. Mistic doesn't have a fuck with you think, but I'll tell him what his fuck with you think should be. It should be the fact that they waited for Ashtray's passed out ass to get to the show, but they didn't wait for Teddy. They just started it.
We didn't wait for shit, dude. It's 10:04.
That's right. You didn't wait for me. I looked at my phone. I didn't realize we were doing an episode tonight.
Y'all started that bitch at 9:59. I remember. And I'm Teddy. If I knew it was gonna be this type of party, I would have stuck my dick in the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
This is the Red Eye Report. Boom.
Put a little chocolate sauce in them.
Yeah, that's what you want to do.
Chocolate salted ball.
So I during my little fucking YouTube whole thing, I found something about the Seminole Indians that I thought was pretty cool. For one, they are the only Native American tribe that has not been considered to have surrendered or signed a peace treaty.
The Seminole Indians?
Seminole. It's actually pronounced Seminole, yes. It's actually pronounced Seminole.
Seminole.
It's pronounced Seminole by Anthony Viducci and fucking Brooklyn.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Seminole.
Sorry, moment of inhale. Let's actually get it out.
I make up a nice ragu with a Seminole.
Okay, so is Oracle drinking his?
No, he just
Oracle's taking suppositories.
Wow. So anyway, I don't know where Midol came from.
Do they still make Midol for women's periods?
Yeah, it's for fucking cramps, dude. I didn't know they shoved it up their ass.
Yeah, I don't think they shoved Midol up their asses, dude.
Just said it.
I just said it. You don't have to believe it.
They didn't have to believe it. He just said it. All right. Moving along. The Seminole Indians, they come from the Muskogee Creek people around the Georgia, Alabama, and up through there along the Mississippi. The way they kind of got to Florida was because of European influences. Some chiefs were telling the people like to get rid of the old ways. They even said that some of the a few upstanding people like a richer Native Americans actually acquired slaves and things like that.
Really?
Having slaves was not something that was like alien to this Native American these Creek. But what was alien to them was the fact that it was based on their skin color. For them it was more based on a tribal thing, not on their skin color. So they kind of migrated south to Florida. This is around the 1800s. While they were in, which I didn't know this, but because the Spanish still owned Florida technically, because But because of like diseases and shit that Spain brought, a lot of Florida was uninhabited. Also, it was
full of dead people.
well, not just full of dead people, but also it's mostly Florida was mostly it's mostly swampy.
Swamp and hot as fuck, right?
Swamp and hot as fuck and everything else.
Actually, is Florida's like death's waiting room? Like, isn't that where they're just going? They're just waiting. They're just chilling, waiting to die.
Okay.
I'm just a little meta. Sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
Oh, are you talking about like all the snowbirds and whatnot that go down?
Yes, that's what we're making.
Yeah, that's.
Okay.
Jesus, you didn't get that?
No,
Thanks,
I didn't.
Mistic, for being on the same level as me.
You're on the same level of Ashtray, bro. That should be you scared of me. That's a scary.
Hey, I consider him a pretty decent human being. He might be a little weird, but a nice person.
Okay,
that's right.
Okay, so Florida's pretty much uninhabited. They are.
I'd love to lick his asshole.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. It's getting a little scary.
We get the party going here. Straight up ate my ass, bro.
Wow.
That's how you make a friend.
Okay, so it's pretty much uninhabited, so they kind of settled the region with no problem. Another thing I didn't know about this was that they were okay with runaway slaves and freed slaves. So they kind of had their a southern underground railroad. Because if you're in a southern plantation like southern Georgia or southern Alabama, you're more likely to get caught by another plantation and just work up there than make it all the way to the north.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're not going to return you. It's like
no shit.
It's like a worker coming into your property. Yoink.
Yeah.
Aha.
Oh shit! I found another lawnmower.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
So these
showing up on your front yard. Look at this.
So these Seminole chiefs, they allowed these free black slaves to have their own communities. They allowed them to be a part of their communities. They also allowed them to arm themselves and farm the land, have cattle and things like that, and gain wealth. In return, for whatever chief of the region was let you do this, you would give him a tribute once a year, and then also you would fight for him during wartime.
Sounds pretty basic.
I mean, it sounds like a pretty good deal,
right? I mean, yeah. Versus the alternative.
That's how feudal. It's right. Yeah. It's how any.
But it works. But here's the thing: it worked both ways. So if which happened a lot of fucking because like I said, Florida's uninhabited and just leaves villages down there. So if some plantation guys they get a group of a few hundred guys and go down and try to reclaim their lost slaves. But the Native Americans would the Seminoles would hope the black people fight them off. It was kind of a two-way thing.
So, what specific year is this, Teddy?
This is before. This is like I said, 1800s. I'm just talking about how they migrated, how they just migrated down. Don't try that shit. Man. Don't fucking do it, man. I know what you're doing.
For details.
I was fucking. No, he's not asking for details. We had a conversation before you laid ass and trying to fuck with.
He said he's going to keep dates out of it so that you don't ask a lot of questions.
I just said to keep dates out of it. I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep them short. Like I said before, I start off
keep dates out of it so we don't ask questions. Well, that's dumb. First question: when the fuck was this? Any context?
1800s is what I said when I started my whole goddamn paragraph.
200-year window.
100-year range.
It's a 100-year range of them breaking off from their fucking original. Y'all some assholes. Eat a dick. Anyway, so moving on. I forgot my mental place, you motherfuckers.
So when they were out there, could they be with the women?
Yeah, they were equal to them. They didn't have a problem with it. Like I said, because they're when they left their original Creek tribe, it was more over their chiefs trying to tell them to adopt the new European ways, and also having chattel slavery and things that was based off of color and race. So they didn't really bother. That's why they let them come down there, have land and get rich and all that good stuff. So it's okay. Here's some dates for you, Ashtray. 1811 to 1814. All right. Tecumseh.
That's a narrower range.
Tecumseh, which is one of the Creek guys. He started a group named the Red Sticks, and he pretty much said, hey, got a group together and say, hey, let's rise up and fuck up these crackers, which they did for a little while, which they did for a couple years. Then Congress sent down old Andrew Jackson.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he fucked them up. After he beat their asses, they had to give up 21 million acres of their land.
How many
That's
acres?
a lot of damn.
21 million.
21
million acres.
Damn.
Million acres.
I can't even comprehend how big
Right.
that is.
Is that like half of Florida?
I can comprehend like 7,000 to 10,000 acres, but
it was a shit ton.
A shit ton of acres.
Shit ton of acres.
I mean, it's a shit ton. Okay. So
it's a good album for like a country band.
Yeah.
Shit ton of acres.
Like the Devlin Brothers, a shit ton of acreage.
Mm-hmm. Where's it? A shit ton of acreage.
Nice solid bluegrass band right there.
So the few Red Sticks that survived, they fled south into Florida, and the Seminoles welcomed them in.
Oh, stop it!
So this kind of made America kind of angry, because for one, they're harboring these fugitives. They're harboring slaves. They're fighting off fucking raiding parties coming down to get the slaves. They're treating white settlers to try to get down to Florida with hostility, and also they were trading with the Brits and the French and the Spanish. So America was like, okay. So they decided to send a guy named Edward Gaines down to settle this thing. Where they sent Edward Gaines first was a place called Negro Fort. It was in 1816. I didn't know.
Wow. Negro Fort. That's right.
How about we hit that right on the head?
Well, it was called, that was the name that they say was given to a lot of people to live there. It was a fort that was left over by the Brits in 1814, 1815. It was left there. It was still fully armed. They left it in the hands of what they're called the Colonial Corps of Marines, which actually that's a whole other thing I'm gonna get in there. Which I looked up was pretty cool. This is a mostly black regiment that the British had fucking set up.
Really?
A few Samoans in
there. Mostly black. And it was made up of
fat Japanese guy.
Yep.
It was made up of free slaves and slaves that escaped to freedom or whatever, and they were fighting with the British because the British told them, hey, if you fucking, if you help us out and we win, you get your freedom. We'll give out your freedom.
If you don't die, we'll let you go.
If you don't get killed, we'll let you have your freedom. So these guys had their families, their friends. A lot of slaves came down. The chief knew the slave. This is this fort. Was Fort Marston? I think it's called now. Marston, the one in Florida, off of something Bluff, something Points. Can't remember right now.
Fort John Marston.
Yeah,
isn't that the guy from Red Dead Redemption?
Is it? It's kind of.
It is.
So they sent him down here to, and he came down with a group of guys, almost said the number of guys, but he also had a few guys from plantations that were trying to get their slaves back. When the black people at Negro Fort, when they saw him coming, they did put up a fight, and they raised a red flag, which said they were gonna give no quarter to these crackers trying to get them. They unfortunately they did not know how to use the cannons.
Whoops.
Probably should have figured that out ahead of time.
Well, I mean, nobody taught them. They taught them to use the muskets and things, but nobody taught them how to use the cannons. So they were able to shoot at them from the river. They were shooting a red hot shot, and they were trying to ignite the powder barrels and things, which they succeeded. And apparently, a huge explosion killed everybody inside almost instantly.
God damn.
There were rumors.
Oops.
They were rumored to be. They say anywhere between 250 to 350 families, black people were in there.
Damn.
So after Edward Gaines fucked up the Negro Fort, he kept moving west, and he fucked up. And here's where
Fort. Let's move on.
Here's where this is all kind of because they had kind of three main conflicts. They were called the Seminole Wars, and this kind of started the first one. So he moves on. He moves west, and he comes to a Seminole town called Foultown. and it's this is where I think white people are trying to whitewash him. Said it just said that he assaulted the town and burned and set it to flame.
Assaulted the town.
I think he did a lot more because
as in rape and pillage.
Right.
I mean, I think he fucked with people's families did some bad shit because in retaliation to that, the Seminoles hijacked a U.S. Navy boat on the Appalachian River, whatever. And they killed 40 American citizens, including women and children.
Damn, they were pissed.
Also in all my searching, the Native Americans were the first ones to go after the women and children, which I find kind of hard to believe.
The first ones to what?
The first ones, they were the first ones to, like, earlier in the raids and everything else, they say they raided this, raided that, yada yada yada, and then they tell you that, okay, like this is when they started killing women and children. But they always, in everything I searched for, the Native Americans were the ones that started killing the women and children first. So yeah. I think that's kind of
of course it could also be the white man's story.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
right,
right. White people wrote
that's
history.
What I think. I think it's white. Yeah. I think white people trying to whitewash history because remember the Native Americans started this evil shit. We just fucking went along with them.
Didn't they? Yeah. Didn't a lot of these war parties, didn't they kill the men and then they actually took the women and children into the tribes to grow their tribes?
Indian tribes?
Yeah. And with Native Americans, they did it with themselves. Yes, they did do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So after this happened, they had to get old Andrew Jackson back down there.
Come on, Andrew.
He came down. I think they said with a force of like 15,000 guys. And he pretty much started laying waste to any community he came across.
Killing all Indians.
I mean, yeah. It's like he was kind of an asshole. He even so Spanish. Spain still owned Florida.
Kind of an asshole.
Spain still owned Florida. So this motherfucker, he went and took Spain's Fort San Marco from Florida, and he only did it because he needed a base of operation. So he needed to set something up. So he's like, you know what?
He used it just because, like, I need this base.
He's like, we need something to set up so we can.
I'm gonna take it. Maybe I'll give it back.
So he hijacked that shit. He even got hold of a British boat. And he got two Seminole chiefs to come aboard flying frost British flags. They were immediately tried and killed. And he also killed the two British merchants whose boat he took.
Damn.
Damn, he even killed the British merchants.
He was
kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Needed a Snickers or something. A little cranky.
Yeah. Okay.
This after we fought for independence?
Yes, this is in the 1800s. Yeah. So so in 1819, Spain sells Florida for $5 million. And that just pretty much gives him carte blanche to fucking go ahead and do, what he wanted. After finding out that the United States kind of really owned Spain, a lot of chiefs wanted to were like, hey, we need to go for peace. So in 1823, they signed the Treaty of Moultrie Creek, which this kind of pushed them down further south into the middle of Florida. White people started settling in the north and trying to come farther down. Again, they were more hostile to them. They were still doing raids, and everything else. In 1830, Jackson is elected president, and the first thing he wants to do is pass the Indian Removal Act.
Kill all Indians.
Pretty much. Does everybody know what the Indian Removal Act was?
The reservations,
that's why they forced them off their lands, right?
Well, pretty much, yeah. They wanted to put them to the Indian Territory, west of the Mississippi. This is also what led to the horrible Trail of Tears that we all learned about.
Now, did the Trail of Tears? They didn't come from Florida, did they?
No, they did not come from Florida. No.
It was from Oklahoma or something.
I know, but the Trail of Tears, the Trail of Tears was a result of the Indian Removal Act. They pretty much took all the Native Americans from around the country. Like, we're gonna put y'all all right here in this little square, and y'all can stay there.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna take all this nice shit here.
Yeah. Here's your land.
And that was around 1830. He passed that act. Yeah, passed that act. We lost Mistic.
Imagine even trying to comprehend the Indian Removal Act. Like, if you were, yeah, we can hear you now. Like, dumb shit. Imagine being like, say, a teenage Native American, and this Indian Removal Act. Like, there's there's no news sources or articles. It's just like a bunch of white men with guns come around and tell you, what's going on now? We need removal.
This is the rule.
Yeah. This law.
It's really fucked up.
It's a law. Like, what's a law?
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
So as you know, like a lot of Native Americans, they did not want to go, and just because just because your government passed this law, they don't want to. They don't want to go.
Anyone want to be removed from their home? No.
So the government was like, you know what? Look, we'll for the Seminoles. This is for the Seminoles. They're like, we'll take you all. They took 7 of their chiefs out to fucking Arkansas and said that, hey, this is where y'all stay. But the chiefs saw one thing, that they would be on the same land as another Creek tribe, which they didn't get along with, and a
rivalist tribe. Oh, let's put them together.
Let's put them together. But the United States wasn't sensitive to that. And also the land was kind of shitty. So
were they not sensitive to that, or were they like, yeah, we know let's have them fight themselves. Fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, either way, you didn't fucking care. They were like, this is what y'all are getting.
Right.
Out of the 7 that went to Arkansas, 5 of them said we're gonna stay in Florida. 2 of the chiefs signed what was called the Treaty of Payne's Landing, which said that they agreed to move, and then they had 3 years to do it. But here's the thing: this was in 1832 when they signed this bill. The United States government counted the year they signed that treaty as the first year. So and so they technically had like 2 years to leave. But only 2 chiefs signed that. But because 2 chiefs signed that, the United States said that because 2 chiefs signed it, that means all y'all are in agreement.
Oh,
wow.
Is that how it works? I thought that's how it worked, right?
I mean, yeah, white people have to make rules.
White people love grouping people into one category.
Yeah.
Right? He's got red skin. He's got red skin.
No fucking idea. Libtard. Fucking
one of these chiefs that didn't like this whole thing was Osceola. He's kind of a badass. He started getting chiefs together because he knew, like, if we're not gonna leave, they're gonna make us leave. Because the United States told him, look, you have 3 years to vacate. Well, 2 years we'll leave, and if you don't leave, we'll make you leave. There was a guy named Wiley Thompson that was kind of put in charge of getting
Wiley Thompson.
Wiley Thompson.
Wiley
Thompson. That's even better.
Motherfucking Wiley Thompson.
He was the federal agent in charge of getting the agents, the Native Americans moved. And he was trying to be friends with Osceola. He even gave him a prisoner with a rifle, which is legal to do because you're not supposed to arm Native Americans. Funny thing, Osceola shot Wiley with that rifle outside of Fort King on December 28th, 1825. And then later tonight, about 200 soldiers were attacked by Native Americans, kicking off, the second kind of war of this whole thing.
My cat's chasing a fly around the living
room. Fuck you. Oh.
And his name's Osceola.
Name's Osceola. Cool.
Osceola.
They start fighting again. But they cannot get the U.S. troops can't kind of get the Native Americans. They're using guerrilla warfare. They were forced to live in these swamps. They know the swamps, so they're going in, coming out. And anytime a greater force than them were kind of get the better of them, they would retreat to their main base in the Ulacoochee River. It was a code.
Good old Ulacoochee.
I had to look at
Went down yonder to Ulacoochee. Never knew how much that muddy water meant to me.
It was kind of natural.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's getting weird in here.
Did you just make that up?
I did. Well, it's just a play off of the Chattahoochee song.
Oh, okay.
It's getting real.
I learned how to live.
It was a natural.
Mystic knows.
Kind of a natural code.
About living and a little about
love.
Almost nearly impenetrable location, protected by thick swamps and seasonal floodwaters.
Penetrable.
So they're having. He was giving you motherfuckers fits. In 1836, the United States decided to send down. What? You got any questions? Any gripes, concerns?
Continue on.
I'm just talking.
I
mean,
don't know
nobody's
I don't even know what you're saying anymore.
Well, yeah, you're babbling it out real fast, and then you're just like, yep, rap, rap, rap.
Well, okay, so the Seminoles are fucking hard ass fuckers. The U.S. is getting really pissed off. They're losing the battle. It's 1836. What do they do next, Teddy?
They send in Thomas Jessup. He has a troop of about 9,000 guys. And he kind of figured out that you can't go after these guys in big groups into the swamps like all these other guys are doing. So he broke his 9,000 troops up into smaller bands and told them to do the same thing the Seminoles are doing, which is pretty much go to a village, raid it, and kind of hassle the men and women. and this actually worked. March of 1837, 700 warriors surrendered to Jessup at Fort Brooke. But your boy Osceola wasn't having it. So in June, he showed up and fought his way into the fort and kind of told those guys, hey, don't give it the fight. He freed those guys, took them back out into the fucking swamp. So now Jessup is like, I got to get rid of this Osceola problem. So he does something that even Congress didn't know what he was going to do, and they claim they didn't like it. So he has them come to Fort Brooke under flag of truce to have talks. As soon as he walks in the fort, he puts him in chains and shit. Attacks and puts him in chains. He was in there for 3 months.
That's
after which he
move, man.
Yeah, that's super dick. Like this awesome warrior guy.
Well, yeah, they say the country didn't agree with it, neither did Congress, because a lot of people kind of started to admire Osceola fighting for his people and shit. He did die 3 months later from disease, of course, being around on fucking crackers. Fucking died.
Yeah.
And then, but he was given a full military burial.
Ain't that nice?
Oh, it was
cool.
very.
That's something his widow could take.
Yeah,
home.
right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
She probably wasn't even allowed to be there.
So the fighting keeps going. 1841, they send the guy William North. And he finally he sent himself. Yeah. And he kind of
sorry, Cisco.
Yeah, whatever, bro. I'm trying to fucking
Poor Teddy.
I'm fucking lit, man. Sorry.
You are.
Oh, see,
I can see it from here.
I'm stone cold sober. I just started smoking. I've been smoking the same joint since we started the show.
Stone cold sober.
That's your stone cold sober.
You're making Speedy Gonzalez look like regular Gonzalez.
Well, y'all can say, hey, slow down. You're going kind of fast, Ted. I don't think I'm talking fast. I think I'm going normal.
Speedy Gonzalez is the retard in Teddy's fucking speed.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to normal fucking speed.
Yeehaw! Hey, Beaquill.
Because he's real slow.
So
Did
William
you just say, hey, Dayquill?
No, Beaquill. It's in our chat.
Okay. So they send down William Worth. He actually gets them out of that cove back in what's the name of the place? Ulacoochee River.
Ulacoochee.
He actually gets them out. Over 4,000 surrendered. And agreed to be moved. This left 300 to 400 that kind of did. The groups were still doing.
We're like, fuck you guys. We're gonna go run in the mountains and shoot arrows.
They were pushed farther down into southern Florida.
Florida.
I mean, yeah. So in 1845,
hide in the swamps, ride alligators.
Yeah, well, the next one coming up was called Alligator King. The first Florida man. In 1845, Florida became a state. And once this happened, the United States started ramping up how to get the Native Americans out. Like, apparently, they wanted a white Christmas. They didn't want anybody but white people in the state, unless you're picking cotton or doing sugarcane. So they actually offered $800 per man, $450 per woman, to be relocated. And there are only about 300 to 400 Seminoles left in Florida, and only about 100 or so took the offer. And this is by 1950. By 1852, only 100 or so took the offer. The weed.
Yes. Oh, so they'll pay them that much to move.
Yes.
I thought you meant like that's a bounty that somebody would.
Oh,
catch
no.
Like,
They
hunt
offered
them down and fucking $800, boss. You know.
No, oh Jesus, that would have been fucked up. I would have put it past them, but
Well,
but
I
no,
mean,
this is what they offer the Native Americans. Yeah, but only 100 or so took the offer. This is by 1852. By 1855, there was this new chief, Chief Miko. For some reason, the white folks call him Billy Bowlegs.
Billy Bowlegs.
legs.
Is
That's a
anybody
good
Great
name.
Right?
Yeah. You know, he can ride all night.
also known as the alligator? He's also known as the Alligator King.
Wow,
Alligator.
this dude, he
this
sounds
kid's
like a
got
fucking.
two badass.
Yeah,
suits.
right?
No wonder he's bow-legged. He's riding alligators all night.
I mean, really, really.
Shit.
He's doing little raids and shit on farmlands, and things like that. And they are, and just really fucking with the with the people that are living there. But he really can't do. He doesn't have a big army or anything, so he can't really do anything. So they sent William Harney down. This time in 1856, a year later, to try to like get this guy out and everything else. But he couldn't get rid of him because they were down in the southern tip of Florida now, which is marshy and shit, and they really couldn't. You couldn't track these people. They were really small bands. So the government. Oh yeah, sorry.
Who's
I thought you
where's
took
the
notes
sirens
to
coming from?
eliminate this. What the fuck, Teddy?
I know, man. I'm failing so bad, Mystic, and your stone ass is pointed out. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're beyond reproach.
So he couldn't get rid of him. So they decided in April 1857, 1858, the U.S. government said, "Hey, okay, how about this, Billy? How about we offer you the original money we offer the other Seminoles for the $450 to $800 to move, but we also put you on a separate reservation from the creeks that y'all don't like." And so about 160 people took up this offer, and this left about 100 Seminoles in Florida that refused to leave. In 1957, they gained legal recognition from the government and saying that those lands were theirs. And in December 2006, they fucking brought the Hard Rock Inc. for $996 million.
Fuck.
They got casinos down there. Is that what's going on here?
Oh no, they brought all of Hard Rock, not just one casino. They brought Hard Rock Inc.
Hard Rock Cafe.
the whole
Inc.
fucking cat.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Yeah, for $996 million in 2006. This is
I
this
think
is how
probably
I know about
advantage
those
it better than the fucking rich, like the.
Where are they
greedy
getting the
fat
money
cats.
from? Did they have casinos on their land? Is what I'm
I'm
saying.
sure they had their own casinos.
Well, I don't know where they got the money from.
I'm sure they had
I
experience. That's why they bought the
mean, they probably didn't have casinos in Florida.
Hard Rock Inc.
Yeah, they didn't buy Subway or something.
The Subway Cafe.
Right.
Yeah, at the
Like a
press
Subway
conference,
themed hotel.
at the press conference, Max Osceola Jr., ancestor of the original Osceola guy, he said that our ancestors sold Manhattan for trinkets, and today we start buying it back one hamburger at a time.
Oh, ain't that clever?
That's all I got, Dix.
Sure.
Well,
That's it.
dude,
The Indian Wars are over.
yeah, I mean, that was pretty badass, though. I mean, kind of lame how that fucking dude just went out with like a anticlimactic true. I can't believe
Yeah.
you believed him enough.
They still consider.
That is life. It's anticlimactic. It's just sad.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I can't believe that dude trusted him
That's
enough
why
to
some
go into that
movies seem
fort,
so
though.
frustrating.
Well, it was under. I mean, it was under flag of truce. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
they consider themselves to be gentlemen. It's fucked up. It's like people consider that in the military, it's Jessup's betrayal is considered to be like one of the worst moments in like was like one of the worst military tactics.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
It's just grind. Yeah, that's a grimy thing to do. You're under
Right.
you're under truce.
Yep. But that's how
Supposed
the
to be
white man
protected.
keeps going on winning. It's like, let's make a truce and then break it.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
fucking
it was-
bend the
it's-
rules.
Thing is,
Well,
they
when you make the rules, you can break them or bend them. You know, hey, they're your rules.
true.
Goddamn
that's
right,
why-
Teddy.
That's why you don't trust white people. I've been saying it.
I
I've been
don't.
fucking saying it. All right, fucking.
Boom.
What's sexy up next?
Yes, that's right. F1. 2021, so it's much like the F1s before it, but they have made a few modifications this year. They've actually added, the cars still look great, the tracks look great, everything drives great. They've got ray tracing now, so things look a little bit shinier. But they did add a story mode, an extensive story mode. So they have experimented with a story a couple years ago. It was like a
The other ones
real,
not have one.
no, not really. Like they're really short, like short sequences when you first started. And now they've got a full thing where you actually go through, I think maybe even like 2 seasons, but it's like you will come in for sections of the race, and it's telling the story of these two drivers, two teammates, and the tensions. There's like this older guy and there's a younger guy on the team, and it's cool. It's really cool. It's done really well. EA actually owns Codemasters now. I don't know if they gave them some of that EA money or whatever. The production of these sequences is really good. So it's awesome. If you like F1, I think that they've improved some of the tire modeling and things like that. So it's, the cars you feel like you're really on the edge more often than what you did in the previous years.
You know what they got to do? They just got to create like a little more haze and kind of like regular visual distortion, and that shit looks real. You know, like it's just a little too clean, but it's so real looking.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, it looks great.
Impressive.
Feels great. Yeah. That's the thing, is they're iterating on this game every year. They've been making this game for, I don't know how many years now, probably close to 20 years. And so they make, little tweaks, little tiny tweaks. And at this point, it's a fucking phenomenal game. And the story mode, and last year they actually had, I don't know what it was called, but you had a lot more control over like a franchise where you are the owner and you have to get the sponsors and you have to schedule like simulation time for your racers, and you can raise up your racers' stats, and you're negotiating salaries and shit like that. And it was actually really engaging. So that's still there along with this story mode, and it's awesome. It's a really cool game. So if you're a fan of F1,
So
definitely
it's out
check it out.
for what, for everything?
Yeah, for everything. For the main systems, it's not out for Switch. I'm playing it on PC right now. But yeah, it's fucking great.
Well, if I can't play it on my Switch, I don't fucking want it. I mean, really, what's the fucking point then? You know?
Well, you'll have to get a Steam Deck then when that comes out.
Yeah, you need to get yourself a fucking PC.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Biatch.
Fucking tell me what to do, cow crackers. Next up, Mistic, Bucks and 6.
Bucks and 6, baby. That's all I got. Fuck them. Fuck the
Hell
world.
yeah.
Right? That was great.
How does it feel to be champions, fellas?
Fuck, if it's like
I
feeling it
didn't
for
do
the
shit,
first
but
time.
it's
We're like
cool.
we're NBA championship versions because
Is this the Bucks' first championship, or is this
well,
it's
first
a-
in 50 years.
yeah,
first
50
for us in our
years.
lives.
Second one. Yeah.
50? Oh, second. Okay.
Right.
First in 50 years since 71.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
It
time
was
they've been to
awesome.
the final since 74.
Well, yeah. I just love the Giannis story too. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
and he's
What's the honest story?
well,
He's just
you know,
a great guy.
he's immigrant kid a Greek kid from immigrant Nigerian parents, and
10 years ago, he was selling fucking watches, like fucking fake watches on the streets of Athens and shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like him. Yeah, his mom was.
Oh, really?
Him and his mom were
Yeah,
selling
dude, he's
shit
a-
on the
he's a
streets to
fucking-
try to make money.
He
It's-
really, really worked for this fucking shit.
So-
I'm not saying others didn't, but I'm just saying, like, it's hard not to like the dude.
Oh yeah.
Right,
Well,
Right.
and he had that recent thing where during the press interview he was talking about humility and being in the present, and like that is humility, because like you don't celebrate what you did in the past and don't fret over what's coming in the future. And Like,
Living
yeah,
the
I don't
dream.
know, all around fucking good guy. Who found
Right.
it? I guess I was asking.
Sounds like
friends
it's
this
some
night, who
shit he stole
found
from
it?
a Far Side comic.
I don't know. It was he played for Greece in the Greek fucking professional league, and somebody found his ass.
Oh, okay.
The Bucks trusted their fucking scouts or some shit. Drafted him 15th overall.
Well, and how old though was he? He was young, right? When they drafted him?
18. Yeah.
18.
That's when he came up.
How long
When
has
he
he been playing for the
started.
Bucks?
8 years
8 years.
now?
Yeah, he's 26.
Wow.
Oh wow, you've been playing 8 years for the Bucks. Wow.
Yep. Well, and he
Yeah, that's
didn't
that's
he
why he
re-up
signed
too?
with us. That's why he stayed. He said he wanted to try to get one for the team that took a chance on him.
Yeah.
So he's leaving next year. I'm out. Go make some money.
No, I think
He's
he
got
re-upped.
5 more years on his contract.
Yeah, he like re-upped his contract for like $200 million. Not bad.
70, I want to say.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good shit though.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I could pay my bills for 5 years with that.
Put him in as the quarterback for the Packers. Fuck Rodgers.
Yeah.
I wonder what they're gonna do about that. Thank you. You can make that your fuck what you think. Next up was me, Teddy, with Loki. The show that is on the Disney Plus. I really like this show. One because I like Tom Hiddleston. I like how he does his character Loki. The story, I feel it's a great story. It's a great way to set up the movies. I like how he did that. This one couldn't really rely on like muscle bound guys or action or things like that because Loki's a trickster, god of mischief. So the acting was on point. I really did like it. Owen Wilson's in it. It's a really well done show. I like the dialogue. Yeah, like I said, it can't really rely on the CG and shit and the fancy stuff. They do a little bit of it, but it's if you really want to see something different from Marvel, I suggest watching it. It is a great show, and it has a great twist at the end.
Nice.
That's all I got to say.
So you don't have to have watched the other shit to understand this one.
No, they don't go in with each other. None of the shows. If you wanted to watch the Falcon and Winter Soldier or the WandaVision, none of them have anything to do with each other.
So they're kind of their own little...
They are helping further the MCU and things. This Loki one deals with the time variant authority, which makes sure things are supposed to happen in time and things like that.
So they're all based around stories that relate to the same universe.
Well, yeah, they're all in the same universe. I mean, they have something like Loki was the first Tom Hiddleston. He was the first villain in the Avengers movie. It's all in the same universe. But it's like this one. Like I said, deals with TVA and different times, and it's kind of and you learn about the multiverse in this one. And the next Doctor Strange movie coming out is called The Multiverse of Madness. And you can tell they're going to link everything together in the movies. It's pretty cool how they do it. But the acting is better because it's a comic book movie. Comic books don't have great dialogue. This guy says something. This is little quip here, quip there. So this one was actually the acting was pretty good, and I like the dialogue. So that's all I got to say about that. Next up is
there you go.
Ashtray. Mistic, you should watch it. I'm telling you like it. Ashtray got my RAV4 ready to head to Teddy's.
Oh yeah. So just overdue repairs on different parts of my vehicle. So I ended up dropping $2,600 into her today to get like everything fucking fixed that they've been. My mechanic's like, this is something, this shock's leaking, this strut should be replaced, kind of like.
See, that sounds like some guy just saying, okay, let's fix it. I mean, it's.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't a surprise. It was just like I knew there are these different things like in between oil changes. Like the foremost, I had to get my brakes and rotors replaced, and But I also had bad, like leaking shocks and two bad struts, and I also my tires were overdue to be replaced as well. And so yeah, it's just like, you know what, just fucking do it all. Like went in ahead of time and made an appointment and spent left it there for the day. And my coworker, who's like, yeah, your coworkers always have like, yeah, I work on cars, blah blah blah. At first he's like $2,600, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I started going down the list, Ford tires, brakes, rotors, new struts, new shocks.
Wait, no. Rotors can be turned. What do you mean, rotors?
Dude, I don't got the fucking
Not
time or
always.
the space to do that shit.
They could be worn out. He could need new
They
ones.
were-
They can only be turned once or twice.
They were
really.
wearing out unevenly too. That's why the rotors had to be replaced. Probably because one of my struts was fucked, like
Yep.
the weight differential like is probably causing uneven wear. So yeah, no, like man, I picked it up at the end of fucking work today, and it's like it's a whole new ride, It's like, ooh, nice, that fucking whoa, like fucking bathtub on wheels feeling is gone.
What year is that
So
vehicle?
I just wanted to make sure I got all that shit done before I'm driving
Look what
down.
happens when you take care of your equipment.
What year is that car?
2008.
Okay.
How many miles does it have on it?
Got 150, 55, 56 now.
All right, I got an 08 Mazda. It's got like 97,000.
That's baby shit for a Toyota.
Well,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Exactly. And that's the thing is like you take care of and replace those parts. And I've been
But you
squirreling
haven't
away
been.
the money. Not that I haven't been. It's just that my mechanic has not been like, you have to do this now. But it's like told me, the first thing you got to do is get your, get tires and your brakes for the most foremost. But it's just like, why not just get it all done and cut a little down on the labor time?
How bad were your tires? Did you mean break?
Oh yeah, no, my tires were overdue. Like you do the penny test, like it failed.
Nah.
It wasn't like they weren't fucking bullshitting me. Like I've been going to these guys.
So
for
am I
years.
getting like a $3,000 bill from you? Is that what you're trying to say?
No,
Is that what
Eddie.
you're trying to
This is an
say?
investment in my vehicle. I'm not gonna charge you $3,000. I'm just
Okay,
gonna.
It's okay. I'm just asking.
That's better to be safe too. You going down the highway, fucking 9 hours.
Exactly 10 hours.
What a
and
bust a fucking tie rod and shit. Flip over.
yeah, I mean, I knew I had to have my brakes fixed because you could feel too. It's just getting spongy.
Yeah.
I've been deferring these things for a while, and so I finally was just like, fuck it, let's just get it all done. I've been putting away the money I used to put for my car payments into savings. Like I know I've put away more money than $2,600 because I've been doing it every month since I've had it paid off. So it just feels good to know, like, I have that, I guess, peace of mind knowing
So if
that
it doesn't catch on fire like they always do. RAV4s
Yeah, right.
are infamous for that.
it's true.
I'm kidding. Only like
They just had that
12%.
thing where they
Oh
just flip
my
over like a
God.
tractor.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got for my section.
Boom.
Boom and boom. Moving on to the fuck with you think part of the show where we tell you, you know what? Fuck off, you cunts. Up first is Oracle
Whoa.
with messy as cat. Hey, I can say what I want to say. It's America. America, it's free. Freedom of speech. Okay?
Fucking Asenante, or whatever his name was. Ocelot. What was that guy's name?
Osceola?
Osceola.
Osceola. Yeah.
Is it Osceola?
I believe so. I can look it up.
Osceola. It's a city in Florida.
Hmm.
I'm
Well,
assuming it's named after him.
my fuck what you think is my goddamn cat and how messy she is with the fucking litter box. It's like Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
You put
Oh,
them.
because you're in a new spot, or she's just always been like
She's
fucking...
always been. But we've got
Yeah.
in the camper that we're in. We bought another litter box, and this one has a door on the front of it, so she could never have a
Got
litter
sidewalls.
box. Could never have a
Right.
litter box with like no top on it. That would be a disaster. But this with the front thing, I mean, every morning I wake up and there's just fucking litter everywhere.
You step on it.
Yeah.
Right. I put mat, like one of those mats where it catches the shit. It's like a rubber mat or
Yeah.
whatever.
That only helps a little
It helps
bit.
a little bit, but it's just a fucking disaster every morning.
Yeah. You know what I ended up doing with mine? Because they're the same way. Where it's just like, whoosh, whoosh, I'm
Right.
cleaning up.
Exactly.
Like, Jesus Christ. I bought, go to like Pharmafleet or Walmart and look for a clear high plastic tote. You can find like the cheaper brand, but one that's like 18 inches high or so, those tall ones. And then you got to like draw a little door on the side and cut it out. You can use like a box cutter and just kind of slowly cut the lines. But man, that saved a lot of mess because even as my cats got older, sometimes it's just like they don't really pay attention where they're pissing. They just like pee right over the edge of the cat box. It's like, you dumb fuck.
I've never had that problem.
What's wrong with you? Oh yeah, once they get older, they're just kind of like,
man.
You know what would solve all of this?
Not having a fucking cat.
Not having a cat.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
could
have
just
a cat
buy a
right now,
bullet
so I
for
don't have
that
this
fucking.
problem.
Buy a bullet for that gun you have.
Yeah.
But my recommendation
Oracle has
is
bullets.
for a cheaper alternative is buy a cheap but tall tote and just you leave the lid off because they can jump out of the top, but then you make a little cat hole for them to climb into it from the side.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps a lot of that shit in.
Or just don't have a fucking cat.
Yeah.
That works wonders.
Have you
can't
seen
just
these
throw away
ridiculous? They have these ridiculous things. Now there's all this mail order shit, like you get your socks
dude.
every week. Now they have a litter box that you send every week. You mail it off.
What?
You mail it? Like they clean it or what?
Yeah, you mail it and they
Or they
clean
dispose of it?
Yeah, it's like a kit. It's like a meal kit.
Oh my god.
Dude,
they send it to you. And
Yeah,
then
they send you
mail
a
back the
new
old
one.
shitty one.
Yeah.
You mail back the shitty one so you don't even have to
dude.
scoop it out? You just
Right.
let the cat shit in there for a week?
So white
God, even
people
a
will pay
week
for
is
anything.
too long.
Why are
Right.
we paying for your dumbass idea? I mean, y'all will pay
If you
for
don't
fucking
clean up
any
your
guy.
cat box
Really?
at least
Don't
once
say y'all.
every day.
I would never buy that.
Dude, you would mail somebody shit though.
In 2 days.
So
and
you'd pay for that.
I
so
would
rough.
definitely mail somebody shit. That's a good investment.
Oh yeah, what was that? Remember that we used to talk about that
Hoopcenters.com.
website? Yeah.
Right.
Hoopcenters.com.
Cool.
Check it out and fuck cats because they're messy. Next up is Mistic with
I think
Olympics.
dogs are messier.
Dogs are
Yeah,
messy.
man.
Better.
Why are they still going on? I mean, really? Like Japan is like blowing up with COVID.
Oh, with
cases.
COVID?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like we're just gonna take these fucking athletes at the
Lose it.
top of their game that have worked their entire entire lives for this moment. It's just
I wonder what
come on,
percentage
man.
of
Like-
the athletes have actually been vaccinated.
They say they're at the bar they talk about tonight that like 80 athletes that are over there have already tested positive for it.
Yeah,
Really?
but I wonder like how many have actually.
Holy shit.
Because I can understand that there's a number of athletes who probably were like, you know what, I'm training in my prime, and yeah, the vaccine's here, but like,
Look, okay, they're
the
the top of their
paranoid to
fucking game.
like, am I going to have a bad reaction and throw
But
off my
The
training?
thing is
So
why
they
don't they
defer.
just postpone it for another year?
Because all that money's already invested, Mistic.
I don't give
late.
a fuck, man.
Too late.
It makes no sense. Now these people have to wait 4 more years.
No, they don't. They're going to compete this year with
Now
no
that they
one in
got
the
COVID
stand.
and shit.
Oh well, the ones who got
I mean,
COVID,
start
they didn't
fucking,
get
like, this
vaccinated.
weekend, don't they?
Fuck 'em.
They start Friday.
23rd,
They
I
start
think.
Friday, yeah.
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 23rd to August 8th.
So if they're out for 14 days or whatever, fuck, they're fucked.
Oh yeah, some people are
Right.
fucked. That's true.
Yeah. But hey,
I
that's a
mean,
chance
it sucks.
chance
But maybe
took.
they should have got vaccinated.
I mean, yeah,
That's the chance they took, but they shouldn't have had to have taken that chance. Is what I'm trying to say. Just fucking stop
They
the
didn't-
whole thing so that
They
everyone
didn't have
can
to.
stay-
They're athletes that are pulled out of the Olympics.
Yeah.
I mean, you
But
can
you're
opt
talking
not to
about
go.
people that's their whole life, Teddy. They want to compete. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
get that,
It's
but they
like
still have
telling
the
a race
option not
car
to
driver
go.
to slow down. That's not what they do. They fucking go out there and they
Okay,
go
well,
as
if he
fast
says-
as they possibly
I
can
get that, but if
because
it says
that's their
slow
job.
down because you get slow down because the bombs coming up, you're not gonna okay. I'm gonna speed through the bombs. You take that you take that
Speed through
choice.
the bombs.
You make that choice. They're
I
opting
don't
to
know
go.
that
They're
we
choosing
can
to go.
equate bombs fucking dropping on a racetrack to.
Well,
No, we're not. It's not
fucking.
the thing is, like,
Come on.
I mean,
Teddy.
but
It's,
the way it's serious, y'all are so worried about the disease that it could be a goddamn. I mean, look, they're choosing to go. Like I know Japan doesn't want it, but they're still allowing these people in. They're not gonna have spectators.
it's too late
But
to quit it or to
It's not
stop
too late
it.
to quit it. They just don't want to because of the money, like Ashtray said.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And
Yeah, financially, it's too late.
I mean, they might end up. I mean, the worst thing is they might end up canceling it or something, or putting asterisks by people's name because so and so can't compete because he called.
Well, now do they have to wait another
positive
4 years, or it'll be only another 3 years? Because I bet you they'll go right back to the even years again. You
I
know,
have
or
no idea, man.
it'll be 2024 would be the next Summer Olympics. You know, because it's every 4 years. 2020, then it'd be 2024. It's now 2021 because it was deferred a year, but I bet they won't wait.
That's gotta suck. Only 3 more years though, man. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, like it's not quite.
I'm joking, dude.
Years.
It's still 3 fucking years.
Yeah, but some of those athletes, they still are going. Look at that. They always have those stories about like, look at this mother of 3. She's back in the swimming pool. You know, like, oh man, she's competing. You know, I mean, it's great. So
And this was her only shot, and now she has COVID and can't do it.
Oh, I don't think any of those ones got COVID. It was always it was the young dumb ones who didn't get vaccinated.
Yeah, Mr. Good want the Olympics to go on.
Hey, science saved my life once. I'll bet on it again.
Yeah, whatever. Up next, Ashtray with incels still exist.
Oh God, yeah.
What's an incel?
Incel, those
involuntarily celibate, bro.
Yes, voluntarily celibate. Bring
How
up
are you
the link.
Voluntarily celibate?
It's basically
They think
you're
that women
playing
won't
the
fuck
victim.
them like it's a big conspiracy.
Dude, you can pay for sex. You can get asked for
Exactly.
free off of Craigslist. I've done it.
His name's Trace Jenko.
It was a dark time. It was a dark time.
21. Allegedly wrote a manifesto stating he would slaughter women out of hatred, jealousy, and revenge.
Oh, bud.
What is he jealous of? They have titties and he doesn't? I mean, there's got to
Well, because he's
so many
never
questions.
been
They won't
laid.
fuck him,
I'm
Teddy.
sure he's
That's
still a
what we're
virgin. Look at his
that's what we're
photo.
saying,
Look at his photo.
Yeah.
Tell-
Dude, he
Look at
can-
that.
Like,
dude, he
he's a
can
guy
fucking-
he's sheepish, and like he isn't even confident with who he is himself, and that's probably why no women want to talk to him. And so in turn, he
That dude looks like
reflects
a
it.
carny.
yeah, doesn't he look like someone who would probably rape your daughter if it was convenient?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Oh,
So-
okay. Let's get a little. He looks like a guy who's intimidated of a chick with a skirt on. I mean, but there's one.
oh sure, I know he might not be a rapist, but he did want to shoot people. I don't
He
know.
didn't want to shoot him. I mean, it's.
So he's in
You'd think if he
January.
couldn't get laid, he would go to the raping, but he didn't. it
On
was just
January
like to shoot him.
15th, 2020, the women hating Creek conducted surveillance.
Resort to the raping.
He was conducting surveillance at a university in Ohio. On the same day, his online search history shows how to plan a shooting crime. And
Oh my god.
Wow.
when does preparing for a crime become attempt? So fucking stupid.
When you Google that question, bro.
When
that's
you
what
Google it, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's probably the first step. I mean,
prosecutors say
It's awesome.
Yanko was an actual it's not just like where they're putting the incel label on him. He was part of a online forum in the incel website where they bitched about women and whatnot. Had profiles and posted frequently from July 2019 to March 2020. In one of his posts, the alleged psycho describing praying some foids in couples with orange juice and a water gun. Foids, I guess, are just an insult term for femoids, referring to women.
To
It's fucking
women?
stupid. Yes, voids. Yeah, that just means
Okay,
chicks,
okay,
I
you
guess.
can't. One, you can't get laid because you're thinking of them as like some magical creature.
Yeah.
Right? It's not what they are. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just short. I mean, voids has one
investigators
letter
said-
less than women.
Yeah.
What's the point?
They found a note in Genko's note of Genko's indicating he hoped to aim big and kill at least 3,000 people. And that he intended to
3,000?
attend military training. The complaint says he attended Army basic training at Fort Benning in Georgia from August through December 2019. And then in 2019, he also bought tactical gloves, a bulletproof vest, a Bowie knife, and a hoodie bearing the word revenge.
So was he in the military, or did they kick him out? What the fuck?
It says he attended Army basic training at Fort Benning. Like, yeah, this thing, like,
yeah, he must
he
have
probably
washed
was
out.
kicked out. It just says he was from August to December. That's not that long. That's like half a year.
Mhm.
Isn't basic training longer than that?
Basic training's only like 8 weeks, isn't it?
Oh, is it that short?
For them, I think it's like a couple months, but they
Maybe it was
they
basic training, and then
probably he kept on probably cycling back through it. He would fail and then keep on going
Fail
back through the
out.
training. Yeah.
so and if he failed enough times, you just be like, all right, I quit.
Okay, so after this, he ended up buying some gloves, some tactical gloves, a bulletproof vest with revenge on it, and a Bowie knife.
Yeah,
But no gun.
Bulletproof vest. He also got 2 Glocks.
Oh, okay, 2 Glocks.
Concealed carry holster clip, and he, I guess, in January 2020, he allegedly penned the document titled "Isolated," which he described as
So
the
he wanted to kill
writings of a
3,000 people
deluded-
with 2 Glocks and a knife?
I
the
mean, really.
writings of
I
a
mean,
deluded and homicidal. He signed the missive "Your hopeful friend and murderer," according to prosecutors.
Works on Call of Duty, I guess.
So they allegedly.
I mean, really,
yeah.
it looks. I mean, he pretty much bought like. I bet you he's playing zombies because he bought the fucking. He
Yep.
bought the double fucking pistols and the fucking
Mhm.
shit and the stupid little gloves.
Yeah, local police officers, when they raided his house, they allegedly found the Glock style 9mm with no manufacturer marks or serial number hidden in a vent in his bedroom. Inside a trunk of his car, cops found a gun with a bump stock, which I think aren't those illegal now?
I think so.
The bump stock is what the
Yeah,
guy
Are they
in
illegal?
Mandalay
Did
Bay
they ever
used.
change it? Yeah,
I
did they ever
believe under
change
Trump
it?
administration they did get
Really?
rid of them.
Wow.
I
It was
don't-
like the one thing, like, okay, because only
Yeah.
nerds use them. And
Real
then
men don't use pump stuff. And they're
yeah,
murdering
right.
people
Real
in the
men
hotel
squeeze
room.
their trigger fast,
Yeah.
just like I do on your mom. So
My God.
yeah, this dummies. It's not. I wonder what it like. How it doesn't say exactly how they found his notes or whatnot, but
So
if I were to be
Did he actually-
biased, I would just at the look of him. Just look at him.
wait. Did
like,
he
fucking-
actually plan anything though?
Well, apparently he was writing about it on these
I get you. He
Incel
said he wanted to
boards.
kill 3,000.
Well, was he just
people, but
fantasizing?
I mean, right. I mean,
Because
it was on an Instagram
I
board.
fantasized
people
about
say-
killing people too.
Well, it's similar to that. It may be similar to the Cannibal Cop case. Remember that one?
No.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, the
right. He wanted
officer
to
in
eat
New
his
York
wife
who-
or something.
Talking about so he was like chatting on these kind of like dark message boards about like gore, rape, and torture kind of stuff, and like he was also though illegally using the police database to like look up certain women's information, and he was writing all these stories about fucking rape, binding, torturing, raping women, and then cutting them up and eating them with these other people on this forum. And the wife
Yes.
found
It's awesome to know those people are out there.
the wife found
they're talking
these-
and they're talking to each other
And
now.
there's forums.
There's forums and they're talking to each other now.
well, yeah,
so
and it's kind of one
fucking
of those just like how
Thank
much
you
of it
for
is
that.
is it role play? Are we just role playing? But the wife found it. The wife finds these fucking stories about him fantasizing about binding, torturing her, and eating her. Calls fucking
Okay.
cops.
Okay, my question is how I've always wondered. Well, how good is a cannibal at eating pussy?
So
Ah.
anyway, though, like,
It's
how,
too
rough.
what happened to him? Did he get arrested
Oh yeah, he got arrested, and I can't remember now if
for writing fiction?
just for writing
If
and stuff.
he-
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
well,
what I'm
no,
saying.
he got
There's, like, some
arrested
thought
for
police shit.
no, he did not get arrested for writing
Okay,
fiction. He got arrested,
for going into
illegally using the
using
police
the database
database.
and getting those chicks' numbers.
Yep.
Oh.
Right, but this kid
So,
did
the
go.
thing is,
This
I
kid didn't do any database
remember,
things.
he
though,
might
so
have
I-
Called
gotten
it the
it acquitted,
cannibal
but-
cop, so I assumed.
It's that was like the media's term
Yeah,
for the
that
case
was
the
because
media headline.
it
Got
was controversial because he didn't commit or he didn't do any of these acts, but he
Right.
wrote extensively about them. And
So how much?
Yeah,
do you
well,
know
that
how
doesn't
much-
fucking.
I mean,
Also
right?
sucking
Homicide writes
women.
about fucking goring women to death and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not fucking. They
I mean, yeah,
they
but
sell albums.
but, here,
yeah,
the
but
thing
they're
is,
what I'm
not
saying, like,
using
I
a
don't-
police database to look up the person's
No,
information.
yeah, you're
Right.
right. That part
I
of it
get
is
that.
wrong.
all right,
but
everybody,
I
shut up! I got a point to make.
That's all they had to legally pin him
This
with.
kid didn't do that though. He didn't look up into database and shit. He just wrote about killing these chicks.
And
No,
had a
he
bunch
did
of weapons
look it
and
up.
shit.
He did look up their fucking addresses and shit, Teddy.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. I was wrong. Fuck all y'all.
Maybe
Yeah,
you
but-
should have fucking stopped talking and listened.
I should have. I should have. You're right,
Yeah.
you fat fuck.
All right. Well, we'll move on then,
Wow.
now that we're listening.
Wow, we're pulling that shit out.
We're
Teddy,
pulling it
you
out.
don't have anything
It's
in
late.
there.
Oh, because I'm running the show. I know what my focus thing is. I actually said what it was earlier, but your ass was fucking tardy as fuck.
Oh yeah, it could be that.
My fuck you think was the topic I did today was Seminole Native Americans. When I looked up anything about them, and it's everything was labeled them Indians. We still use the name that this fucking retarded guy Columbus gave to the natives over here because he was lost. So we even named it a baseball team. I just think it's kind of weird. I mean, we took all their goddamn land. At least we could do is fucking call them natives. Fuck's sake. That's my, that's what really grinds my gears.
Decolonization. What they call that, right?
Oh, I didn't say that. I like my house.
What's decolonization?
Isn't that what that is? Where you take all the old shit like Columbus terms and things like that and kind of try to reverse that. But let me ask you this,
I don't
Teddy.
know labels and shit.
If you ask Native Americans what they prefer to be called, would they say we don't want to be called Indians?
I don't know. It offends me, and then that's the white.
I've
part.
heard some
there.
don't care about being
I
called
can get it.
Indian.
I can get a little bit of that. They can,
They're
if
probably
I
like,
ever
we
meet
were
them,
called
I mean,
Indian until these Indians from across
only
the
been-
other side of the world came over here.
I've only been to one Native American reservation, and it was that was where we were going. We were driving from Vegas to go see my father was taking us to go see the Grand Canyon. It was supposed to be like a 3-hour drive, whatever, to get there. Or you could go on this, or you can take the shortcut as Native American reservation. Saves you like an hour and a half. And you could ask if you could come on. And it was a sign that said, but you had to ask permission. But they let pretty much everything. There was tour buses and things there. But as a kid, I wasn't like, hey. I mean, I didn't think to ask him then because I didn't really think about it then. But that was the only time I've been on a Native American reservation or really seen a Native American. So
I always
I mean,
err
it's
on
not
the
like-
side of just saying Native American, no matter what.
Right.
I don't want to call someone an Indian and they get offended and shit. You
I
know,
mean,
like
yeah. I mean, there's a guy, Bomani Jones.
Spix, on the other hand.
God damn. I like he did something. The Cleveland Indians. He has a shirt. I want to get it. It says instead of the Cleveland Indians right here, it says the Caucasians. And the white guy. There's a white guy, and there's a white guy with a dollar sign instead of an Indian with a feather.
Yeah.
And he wore that show on fucking like on some talk thing or whatever, and people got offended and shit. He's like, I don't care if you get offended. I mean, how do you think you feel watching
Yeah.
Indy play? I mean, it's
I think
it's
Irish people should sue Notre Dame too.
Right.
We don't all fight. You fucking.
Yeah, right. Some of us are just drunks.
Some of us are just fat pieces of shit.
True.
That is
With a bum
true.
leg.
It is true, Ashtray.
Yeah,
I
where's
wasn't
your
talking about myself,
representation?
cocksucker.
Where's the fat
Where's
pieces
the-
of shit?
I'm not Irish.
Yeah, where's the fat pieces of shit in society?
Oh,
What
they're
about
out there,
Fat
Mistic.
Man and the what was that show? That sitcom? Oh, it wasn't really a sitcom. It was like a drama. You remember that shit from the 80s?
Drama from the 80s with the fat
Jake
man
and the Fat-
involved.
It
Jake
was
and the Fat
called
Man.
Fat
Albert?
Man and something.
Jake and the Fat Man.
Jake and the Fat Man. There you go. Yep.
I don't remember
They were
that.
cops.
Is that on
or
cable?
Yeah, they were
investigators.
cops. Yeah, they were always
I
on
didn't
normal
have
TV.
cable in the 80s.
It wasn't on cable. It was on normal TV. Nobody
Yeah,
had cable
like
in the 80s. It was the 80s. All right, that's our show. In all
Cable
seriousness,
in
go
the
fuck
80s.
yourself, Ashtray, for being late.
Fuck me.
That's our show. We're gonna be here every Thursday night at 10%. We
Yeah,
did
even
Wednesday
though
night
it's Wednesday right
Mystic-
now.
because Mystic had to work. This has to work tomorrow. It's our show. We do what we want to, and we show up on time, Ashtray. You know.
I know.
So you did-
I wasn't paying attention.
What's this
Make sure
wee
you-
shit, Teddy?
Yeah, right.
Oh no. Okay, look, you motherfuckers. All right, y'all.
What you? What?
The conversation at redeyereport.com or facebook.com/the
Yeah,
Red Eye
right.
Report. You can Twitter us at redeye.
He's on to our
report.
white conspiracy.
Oh, I knew about the white conspiracy.
Yep, gaslight him into thinking that he's late all the time.
I'm into it, bro.
That's what white people do to black people all the time. They just change the time. You're
Just
supposed to be
start
here
setting
15
the-
minutes
start
ago.
setting the
Wait,
clocks
are you-
forward.
What? Yeah, they just turned the clocks.
Jimmy's on his way.
Late you are.
Bro, you late, man. Yeah. Like and share, so fuckers. We're down for whatever. I am Teddy.
Oracle.
Ashtray.
And I'm Mystic.
And this is the Red Eye
Limp
Report.
wrist mystic.
Brr.
Princess Mystic?
Bow.
I said limp wrist mystic.
Limp wrist.